When it comes to eating healthy, college kids do face some unique challenges. They may be living on campus and at the mercy of a school meal plan, or they may be living on their own for the first time, but without a whole lot of space, kitchen equipment, or cooking skills to draw on. Mostly, though, they're short on funds and time, although this is hardly unique to college students. So, as a new school year gets underway, I've got some advice for college kids and anyone else who finds that their ability to eat well is hindered by a lack of money, time, kitchen space, or cooking skills. I'm Monica Reinagel, and you're listening to the Nutrition Diva podcast, a show where I try to demystify and simplify the business of eating healthy without taking all of the fun out of it. After all, food is so much more than just fuel. Yes, we want to supply our body with the nutrients it needs to thrive, but food can also be a source of enjoyment, connection, and culture. And in my view, these are just as important as vitamins and minerals. So my goal is to help you eat in a way that supports both your health and your happiness. College kids are always complaining that they don't have enough money to buy healthy food. Now, it may have been a few years since I was in college, but I do live within spitting distance of 6 universities. So I see plenty of college students every day, and virtually all of them are carrying around venti frappuccinos. Which brings me to tip number 1, and that is brew your own. Coffee, that is. If money is tight, spend your food dollars on nutrition, not $6 cups of coffee. Brew your own coffee and carry it in an insulated tumbler. With the money you can save, you can afford more fresh produce. As far as brewing your own beer, well, take it from one who has tried it. Even if you do end up with a drinkable batch, you're not going to be saving any money. Brewing beer takes a lot of equipment, ingredients, time, and space, and although it can be a diverting hobby, it is far more cost-effective to leave that to the professionals. However, this is as good a time as any to point out that starving college students do still manage to spend $8 billion a year on alcohol every year. So, before you tell me that you can't afford to eat right, consider whether you might be able to divert any of your recreational budget to your nutrition needs. Sometimes it's just a matter of priorities. And likewise, it doesn't make sense to spend limited funds on bottled water. Buy a reusable stainless steel water bottle and an inexpensive water filtration pitcher, and you can stay hydrant, solvent, and environmentally friendly. Tip number 2 is to find the good cafeterias. A lot of students either live on campus or they may live off campus but still have a full or partial meal plan that allows them to eat on campus. And most campuses these days have a wide variety of food choices, including cafeterias, as well as fast food options. So if you have an on-campus meal plan, take some time to scope out the healthier options, such as the dining halls that offer big salad bars or vegetarian entrees, and head for those instead of the burger joints and pizza counters, at least most of the time. Tip number 3 is to learn how to cook with or without a kitchen. So you may also have a kitchen in your apartment or your dorm suite, but even without a full kitchen, you would be amazed what you can do with an electric rice steamer, a crock pot, an air fryer, or a small microwave oven. Now, of course, if you're living in the dorms, you do need to check on what's allowed. But with a couple of inexpensive appliances and an electrical outlet, you can basically start filming your own series for the Food Network. Okay, I may be exaggerating a little bit. That crown roast pork or whole poached salmon might be a little bit hard to pull off in a dorm room, but you can absolutely scramble eggs in the microwave, dump in some chopped vegetables from the grocery store salad bar, and fold the whole thing into a tortilla for a healthy breakfast burrito. In fact, there is a whole genre of books dedicated to simple, healthy, inexpensive meals that can be made without a lot of equipment or know-how, and I've included links in the show notes to a few of them. And hey, if you've got kids or grandkids in college, consider sending one of these books to them in a care package. Now, there's no denying that cooking takes more time than ordering some takeout. So make sure you leverage the time that you spend cooking by making a larger quantity. Make a big batch of soup or chili and freeze some for another meal. No freezer? Why not invite 3 friends to dinner with the understanding that each of them will host a meal over the course of the next month? Tip number 4 is to plan ahead a little bit. Don't wait until the needle on your nutritional gas tank hits E to start thinking about what you're going to eat for your next meal. Go shopping on the weekend so that you have some healthy foods and snacks on hand for the week. Prep your lunch and your snacks the night before so that you don't run out of time before you need to head out for your first class in the morning. Set the alarm clock 15 minutes earlier to leave time for a quick breakfast. Trust me, 15 minutes of extra sleep is not going to make that big a difference in your energy levels or your alertness, but a healthy breakfast will. And by the way, eating well does not have to break the bank. In fact, some of the most nutritious foods in the grocery store are also among the least expensive. Things like dried or canned beans, frozen vegetables, eggs, peanut butter, tuna, and oatmeal. These foods provide plenty of protein, fiber, minerals, vitamins, and healthy fats for just pennies a serving. You can also make your food budget go further by making more of your own food. So pack a sandwich for lunch instead of hitting the subjoint. Bring dried fruits and nuts to snack on rather than stopping at the snack bar, or pop some popcorn to snack on while you're studying rather than calling for pizza. Not only will you save money when you cook more of your own food, but you'll most likely also improve your nutrition. Now, I also realize that shopping for food, packing your lunches, making dinner also does take more time than simply stopping at the closest fast food restaurant every time you get hungry. And time is something that is always in short supply when you're in college. But kids, I got bad news for you. It actually gets worse once you're out of college. So now is the perfect time to start learning how to juggle a busy schedule and the requirements of a reasonably healthy lifestyle. And finally, remember that your diet doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, mine certainly isn't. Instead, just try to do a little bit better, because every step you take toward healthier eating habits is a step worth taking. If you have a nutrition question you'd like me to answer, you can email it to me at nutrition@quickanddirtytips.com. You can also leave me a voicemail at 443-961-6206. And I'd also like to invite you to check out my other podcast. It's called The Change Academy. And over there, we explore the art and science of creating positive behavior change. Just search for Change Academy wherever you get your podcasts. Nutrition Diva is a Quick and Dirty Tips podcast, and our team includes Brandon Getchis, Nathan Sems, Davina Tomlin, Holly Hutchings, and Morgan Christensen. That's all for this episode. Thanks for listening. I'll see you next week.